Hello everybody, this is Jim again with Perfect Fitting Shoes, continuing my video drama documentaries on my journey in making shoes to get to the point where we're ready to offer the Matrix collection to the buying public through our Kickstarter campaign. This right here is the third shoe that I worked on. It's the second shoe that I actually made from scratch to come up with this, and I did it because I wasn't really happy with the way this shoe came out. It was really cumbersome and wasn't like a normal shoe. But in between the time I made this shoe and this shoe, took a job working for San Antonio Shoes. I interviewed with the owner of the company, Terry Armstrong, and he initially in my interviews told me that I was a little too screwed into my idea, but he liked it and he wanted to see if I could do something besides just design something. So he gave me a job working at one of his stores. I worked at the store. The guy that was my manager, Mark Savage, gave me more information about making shoes. He had previously worked at the factories that San Antonio Shoes owned in San Antonio and Del Rio and a few other places, and told me about pattern making, shared with me some information about last. I used what little money I was making. I bought another piece of leather to make this shoe. And during my weekends off, or the days off, I went to Galveston and worked with Woody to make this shoe. Now, after I had my input from the input from the podiatrist, and he told me not to use a metal buckle and have it off the side, I took his advice and I did this what he recommended. And I used a plastic buckle and I put it on the side. So I thought that that would be a better location and everything would work well with this idea. So we made this shoe. We made a better fitting last than what this one was. But unfortunately, the front of the last was too narrow, so the front of the shoe was tapered down and it pulled down, so I really couldn't wear this shoe. But whereas this shoe had a real thick, aggressive Vibram sole, we used basically a smaller version, lighter weight, not much lighter, but it's still a little bit lighter weight for this shoe to come up with this version. This shoe's ugly, it's all puffy. This shoe I didn't have any padding on the inside. This shoe I went overboard and put on too much padding, so it's all puffy and it looks like a puffer jacket or something like this. But in making this shoe, I learned a lot about making shoes. It's an ugly shoe, I don't like it. But after I had made this shoe, I also met with a gentleman by the name of Tom Adams, who was the inspiration and the owner of the company at the time for Kepa Shoes. And he had come up with a dual shoelace system because his laces had broke while he was playing tennis. Talked to him. He said he couldn't really help me, but he gave me a couple of insight that would help me, and he patted me on the back, said, "Hey, keep working on it. Hopefully you'll make things work." So you'll notice that I have a Velcro piece on the top right here, and then the lacing here, sort of like what he had done, where he had two different laces. But because I had Velcro and not two sets of laces, wasn't interfering with his pattern or anything like that. Wasn't trying to copy his pattern. I was just trying to make this thing work as best as possible. But when I opened up the side, because this was all closed in and I didn't have the side open here, I didn't get a whole lot of opening with the shoe. You can still see some where it's off to the side and all, but it's not as much as I would have liked. So after I made this, I realized that I really needed to talk to somebody that could help me make shoes and know more about stitching and stuff like this. So I continued my journey, and I ended up moving to St. Louis, Missouri. And in my next videos, I'll talk to you a little bit about what I found and the help I got while I was there in St. Louis. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time in my next video talking about my process of designing shoes, making shoes, on my journey of getting to where we're ready to start marketing the Matrix collection to the buying public. Thank you again for your time. I hope you look forward to seeing the next video, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good day.